Sports City, chefs, Sports City, chefs, yeah. Cabby, Taj, woo,
Connecticut.
What's going on, Sports City? It's your boy Sirius back with another edition of Finger Foods, an exclusive here on Sports City Chefs, the network, and SportsCityChefs.com. As I customly say before we get started, if you're not currently a subscriber, I would definitely urge you guys to become a subscriber right here on YouTube by hitting that post notification and that bell and being notified every time we post. We are also on a plethora of different platforms, such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you like the content that we bring to you on a regular basis, I would definitely urge you guys to become a follower, interact with us every time we post. Those of you guys that know me know I pull no punches, I spare no feelings, and I shoot straight from the hip. These thoughts and these feelings are those of my own and do not represent the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, or Sports City Chefs as a company. As we close the chapter on the 2021 NFL season, I, as a Steelers fan, was very prepared to come in here today and kind of pronounce last rites and kind of look at the season as a whole and kind of made my peace about what took place. There's a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of ugly that took place during the season. I was very, very prepared to kind of come in and lay that all out as the season ended. I've been gifted playoff football. And to be painfully honest with you, if you listen to how we have spoken throughout the duration of this Finger Foods this season, I was not too sure we would be playing playoff football at all. If you look at the statistics, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the tape, we do not look like a playoff football team. We are dead last versus the run. We are dead last running the football. I'm starting 4 offensive linemen. I have a rookie running back. I have a quarterback who's 39, who plays every bit of 39. And yet, the chips fell the way they did, and I've been gifted more Steeler football for this season. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Arrowhead once again to play the Kansas City Chiefs in a wild card matchup, of which I will get to later. But before I get there, I did want to take a step back and review the tape of what took place at M&T Bank Stadium on Sunday. When you start looking at the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers, I said this previously, there is no greater rivalry in professional sports, period. The records don't mean a thing. The statistics don't mean a thing. Who needs what, who wants to get what, doesn't mean a thing. Well, it's Purple Week. And that was on display at M&T Bank Stadium on Sunday. We couldn't run the football. Up until the fourth quarter and overtime, we really couldn't throw the football. Our leading rusher was a wide receiver, and Chase Claypool, who had 3 rushes for 33 yards. Big Ben threw a dumb pick late in the first half. And yet, we just never let go of the rope. We just kept clawing and we kept clawing to get it done. The Baltimore Ravens came out, scored a touchdown, made the score. I believe it was 10-3 early on in that second half, and they were pretty much ahead until the fourth quarter and overtime. I can't say enough about the coaching job that Mike Tomlin did in that particular game, let alone that season. But I'm going to highlight that game because we were without defensive coordinator Keith Butler, who was in the COVID protocol. So all of the defensive calls and things of that nature was done by Mike Tomlin. And for him to call that game the way he did really shows his character and shows how in tune he was with the situation. TJ Watt, tied Michael Strahan's sack record, and in my opinion, he broke it. But that's neither here nor there. TJ Watt was as good as advertised. Cam Haywood was a menace in the backfield, getting several solo tackles, got a sack, several tackles for loss. He got his hands in the passing lanes and knocked down some passes. And between the two of them, they were the proverbial wave that we rode to making sure that things were significantly difficult for the young quarterback Huntley and the Baltimore Ravens attack. Pat Fryermuth returned to action and really was a menace down there. He caught 6 balls for 53, had that massive catch late in that ball game to put us in position to secure victory with a Boswell kick. Deontay Johnson wasn't flashy, but it was efficient. 7 catches for 51 yards. Had a bunch of big-time third-down catches. He did have a couple drops, but, those catches that he made were huge. Ray McLeod, I tip my cap to you, sir. You were a guy who was a forgotten-about person, but for you to, understand the situation, sit in that zone and backpedal your way to first down yardage in that overtime session, as well as go back and return kicks and punts, I tip my cap to you, sir. As I said previously, we are a 9-1 ball club, and unfortunately, or fortunate, depending on how you look at it, we have postseason ball to play. This wasn't pretty. We had a tie to the Detroit Lions. We got beat pretty handily at the hands of the Cincinnati Bengals. We got blitzed by the LA Chargers. We got blitzed by the Minnesota Vikings. We lost some significant games to the Green Bay Packers. But yet we find ourselves playing football in the playoffs. I can't say enough about the wave of emotion that I'm under right now, because part of me really does want us to close a chapter on this season and kind of look ahead. I wanted us to interview and speak to candidates for our defensive coordinator position. I wanted us to at least attempt to, get an early start on figuring out what the quarterback position is going to look like. And I really, really want us to get rid of offensive coordinator Matt Canada and, and things of that nature. And there are candidates that are available, but due to the fact that we're in the playoffs and, we're focusing on the men in the building and not necessarily men and possibly women outside the building, when it's our turn and when it's our time, some of these guys didn't be gobbled up. It is what it is. Again, you can't hate from outside the club, and we got in the club, so I'm excited about that. This upcoming Sunday, we return to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that beat us rather handily a short time ago. They were shorthanded then, and they appear to have all their weapons at full disposal now. Travis Kelce didn't play in that game. I do expect him to be a full participant in a full go this upcoming week. Tyreek Hill played but really wasn't used much in that game because they got significant contribution from other weapons. I do expect Tyreek Hill to be playing this game, but once again, we can't ignore the other weapons because it was those other weapons that killed us. The running game really got off the ground, and whether it was Williams or Elaire or whatever the case may be, they ran the ball at will. We generated no pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and in order for us to pull off one of the biggest upsets in playoff history right now, if you look at most books, we are 12.5-point dogs going into that game Sunday night. So if we're going to pull off the biggest upset in history, we have to find a way to muck this game up. And again, if you listen back to what I said when we played them during the regular season in Week 16, I said this exact same thing. We can't go score for score with them. We can't have lapse in judgment. We have to be very, very detailed in our work in order for us to go in there and pull off the upset and beat the Kansas City Chiefs in their building. The Kansas City Chiefs are a team that started off slow during the regular season and kind of picked up steam late. if there was ever a team I didn't want to play first round, it would be the Kansas City Chiefs. They're just a bad matchup for us. I think that we would have been able to play significantly complementary football versus any team. I'm not a fan of the Tennessee Titans. I'm not a fan of the New England Patriots. I'm not a fan of the Buffalo Bills, the team we beat this year. I'm not a fan of the Vegas Raiders. I wanted them again. Cincinnati is a problem. That they're a problem, but I will talk about Cincinnati later, and perhaps we may see them again. Who knows? But this season has been full of nothing but ups and downs, and I'd be remiss if I didn't tip my cap to my wife and my child, who has stuck by me and allowed me to do this every week and allowed me to chase a dream. I'm very, very thankful and appreciative for them for being behind me and being supportive. Doing what we do here at Sports City does come with a little bit of risk, some time away due to prep and things of that nature. So at season end, I want to tip my cap to them and thank them publicly for being my rock and being able to understand the vision and understand the dream and understand the assignment, if you will. I'd like to give a shout out to all those who supported Sports City Chefs, those over there at the barbershop on Clubhouse, all those guys that are over there who do tremendous work. Shout out to the homie TP, Groove, Harvey, Quick, and all those guys who I talk to on a regular basis on that app. It's fun, man. We're just guys chasing dreams, and to be able to do what we do on a regular basis, it's very, very special. With that being said, God bless. Be safe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you guys on the next one.
Sports City, chefs, Sports City, chefs, yeah. Cabby, Taj, woo.
Connecticut.